I got a question too, because a lot of people I know that live in Highland Park or used to live in Highland Park or buying in Highland Park. How's the water department ran and how's the billing system now?
It's A1.
Okay.
Our water department is, they're doing a great job.
We always had some of the best water treatment too.
But we don't, so right now we're operating off of Detroit system.
Right.
The Gleeville Monster, but you know, that's different.
I know.
But that was just for them not to bill for those few years.
Right.
That's something that happened, and you know, it happened.
Right.
Years ago.
Right.
We have been billing, and we're collecting at like 90%.
Okay.
So people are paying their water bills. The water department has worked with them. We got new meters. We're metering our underground, so people can't say you owe us this. Because no, we don't, because there's metered, and this is our fixed rate contract. So if it's metered and we got a fixed rate contract, this times this is this. So
we get a water bill from the city of Highland Park.
Well,
I bet y'all do.
So we started that stormwater runoff thing.
Okay.
So people with vacant lots now, they got water bills. I mean, like, so businesses and churches, you know, hit the roof.
They getting
because
killed.
From one time, they wasn't collecting.
Right.
But the city had to pass that on.
Right.
Because it was passed to the city. So the residents would have had to pay for a business's parking lot. And it ain't right to the resident either.
Right.
It ain't right at all. You know, like I said, that's a Gleeville thing. Detroit fought it for a while. It's a bunch of communities, you know, in the beginning, fighting that stormwater runoff thing. It didn't look like it worked. But, you know, we still gonna fight. So it's based off of your, you know, square footage or whatever. But then our engineering department is the water department, and they will work with you as far as what's permeable. You know, you can do some rain gardens, things of that nature to help bring that cost down. So, you know, from where the bills was all crazy, they're not.
Okay.
You know, so everything is kind of stabled out. I know we got some bad press, but we feel confident that you know the water situation will level itself out, and our end game is to get our treatment facility back open. So we ain't really got to deal with a lot of what we're dealing with. And that's the plan.
Okay.
So you got to break that down so that people that's paying that water bill understand what he just said.
About the runoff, the stormwater runoff, he could tell you better than I could. But
break it down?
So people have to pay for rain.
It really has a lot to do with the sewage and drainage system.
So
which is billed at a separate rate, though, right?
Absolutely, it's higher rate. Oh, the sewage is what kills you. The water ain't the water. The water cost is it's the sewage that kills you. And I don't know how they created this stormwater runoff thing, but they created it, and that's what we got.
Because like Detroit, the issue with Detroit was, so you have your water and your sewage, and like the larger your parcel is, and say if you got a big lot, like that's not grass or anything, they're counting that because that water has to drain off somewhere, and it goes into the sewer system. The idea is the more runoff we get from your property, the more of the sewage we have to maintain from your parcel. So if you got a huge parking lot, that's why you see some of these places where they're like chopping the parking lot up and then they're adding like grass and different stuff. And when he said they're working with the engineers, okay, you had X amount of square footage. Now you got this little park you put in the middle or something. Now the square footage is different for stormwater runoff because the ground is absorbing some of that. You don't have all these gutters going across this big complex.
Is this the reason that people, because I, and this may be a silly question, but I never understood islands and boulevards. Is that why that they not outside of beautification?
Not so much the city, but mainly like if you see like some of the new apartment complexes, like people are doing different things with their roofs now. Where they're doing like the garden on the roof and all that type of stuff. So and that's why, because of those bills. So
and you got to think about this. Most people's underground is so old. So it's not metered. So it's like, we gonna charge you this based off that, and it's like, how are you just making up this number? So, so all these infrastructure bills and things of that nature, is money's involved to meter. Because Highland Park has started metering. We fixed a lot of our leaks. like I said, our water department has done a great job going, combing through the city, because I mean we've had buildings running water for years without knowing. So a lot of those have been fixed and repaired, and we got a lot of meters, and like I say, every house got a new meter. Cool. So we looking to bring it to the next century.